Newshour at 9. Presented by Amity University. Co-presented by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group. Co-powered by Motorola Razr 50 Ultra, PolicyBazaar.com and Greenply.
के नीचे हो, आपके बैंक अकाउंट में हर साल 1 लाख रुपया, 8,500 रुपया महीने का खटाखट 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 आता रहेगा।
कांग्रेस के मुंह झूठ का खून लग गया है। देश ने कल 1 जुलाई को खटाखट दिवस भी मनाया है। एक जुलाई को लोग अपने बैंक अकाउंट चेक कर रहे थे कि 8,500 रुपये आए कि नहीं आए।
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Ahead of every election, our politicians make khata-khat promises. But after they win, these promises are fatafat forgotten. Look at the Congress party, for example. Is the guarantees model merely to garner votes? Does it make social or even fiscal sense to fund the freebies they announced in Himachal Pradesh? The Sukhu Sarkar was forced to impose a toilet tax, which was later hastily revoked. In Telangana, Times Now's ground report exposed how all the 6 guarantees were only on paper and not on the ground. Remember, in Uttar Pradesh, women had staged a protest outside the Congress office in Lucknow, demanding the ₹1 lakh promise made by Rahul Gandhi in the Congress manifesto during the Lok Sabha polls. Given this report card of the Congress guarantee story across India, perhaps it's not surprising that party chief Mallikarjun Kharge himself has red flagged the Khata-Khat model. In Karnataka, he publicly rebuked the Congress Sarkara for mulling to revoke the Shakti scheme, which gives free bus travel for all women. Not only did he say that guarantee only what you can deliver, but also warned that a reckless freebie model may send the Congress into banwas. Watch this very public lesson on economics that Mallikarjun Kharge gave to his own partymen.
ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರಿ? 5. ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ 5 ನೋಡಿ ನಾನು 5 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿನಿ. ಈಗ ಮಹಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರದಾಗ 5 ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ. ನೀ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ ಒಂದು ಕೈ ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಿ ಇವತ್ತು. ನೀವು ಓದ್ತಿಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಪೇಪರ್. ನಾವು ಪೇಪರ್ನಾಗ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ನೋಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಇರ್ಲಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಪೇಪರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಆಯ್ತು ಕೇಳಿ,
ಪರಿಷ್ಕರಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರು ಹೇಳ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಯ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಹೇಳಿ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿ. ಈಗ ನಾವು ನಿಮಗೆ ಅನುಕರಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಹಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರದಾಗ ಯಾವುದು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ನಾ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. 5, 6, 10, 20 ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಬಜೆಟ್ ಇದೆ ಆ ಬಜೆಟ್ ತಕ್ಕಂತೆ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿಗಳು ಕೊಡಿ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿಗಳು ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ದಿವಾಳಿ ಎದ್ದು ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಬಟ್ಟಿ ಮಣ್ಣು ಹಾಕಕ್ಕೆ ಸಡಕ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ಬೀಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಫೇಲ್ ಆದರೆ ಮುಂದಿನ ಜನ್ರೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಏನೂ ಇಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಹೆಸರು ಇಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಿ ಹೊರತಾಗಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಹೆಸರನ್ನು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇಡಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರು ಮತ್ತೆ 10 ವರ್ಷ ಇರಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ ವನವಾಸದಲ್ಲಿ.
After the reprimand, the Congress government of Karnataka asserted that it will deliver what it promises, even though there were noises coming in that they would review all the promises, especially the Shakti scheme, which promised women free tickets for bus travel. But its detractors have now started to pick up the point that the guarantee model is the path to states' bankruptcy. Watch this war of words.
Yes, of course, Karnataka guarantee model is a model for the entire country. The BJP is also adopting it and other parties are also adopting it. We are very proud that we could implement that, we could deliver that, and the people of Karnataka and the country is happy on our model.
ಶಕ್ತಿ ಯೋಜನೆ ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹಲವಾರು ಮಹಿಳೆಯರೇ ನನಗೆ ಟ್ವೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಬಿನೆಟ್ ಅವರ ಜೊತೆ ಚಿಂತನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದು ಮೊದಲನೆಯ ಹಂತ. ಇವರ 5 ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ಡಿಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ವೇದಿಕೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಿದ್ಧ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸಂದೇಶ ನಿನ್ನೆ ದಿನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಚಿಂತನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು.
We always had said that the Congress party is a party of liars, cheats the people right after elections. The discussion now around the Shakti scheme is an example or an extension of this reality of the Congress. Unmindful, irresponsible promises made during elections, which will burn the exchequer of the state and push the state towards bankruptcy.
But is the BJP correct in saying that Congress's guarantee is a con job done on the Janta? Can the state exchequer really afford these freebies? Watch this. Karnataka has a state debt of about 5.5 lakh crore. Here, the Congress has announced 5 guarantees which will cost the taxpayers about 52,000 crore. That is about 16% of their overall expenditure. Telangana has a state debt of about 6.7 lakh crore. The Revant Reddy Sarkar's 6 guarantees cost the exchequer over 53,000 crore rupees per annum. In Himachal Pradesh, which has a state debt of about 86.5 thousand crore rupees, the 10 Congress guarantees pinch the people's pocket because taxes are imposed or salaries don't come on time, because after all, there's only so much money that the state has. The BJP has now alleged that rupees 10,000 crore has been taken in loans by the Himachal Pradesh government to fund these freebies. So, ladies and gentlemen, the legitimate question that we're asking on the news hour tonight is the Khata-Khat model scripting the Congress's banwas? That's the question, and that's the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate tonight, BJP National Spokesperson Gaurav Bhatia, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, author, scientist, political commentator Vivek Silas, National Spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, joining me in the studios tonight. Advocate Anmol Pawar, National Spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, also joining the debate tonight. But my first question goes to Dr. Sanjay Jha, author and suspended Congress leader. And Sanjay Jha, my question to you is, are you saying that Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge has just realized the fact that jitna budget mein dam hai, utna hi promise karo? Because freebies have become the Congress's only formula for winning elections. And now when DK Shivkumar comes out and says that, oh, some women are approaching us, so we want to relook at the scheme, clearly shows, and everybody knew there would be pressure on the budget. And you're an economist. We come from the same alma mater, the Gokhale Institute of Politics. So you know, politics and economics, tells us that this will add pressure to the budgetary resources available. Now, just because elections are around the corner, you don't want to go back on your promise. Is it okay to go back on the promises after elections in Maharashtra and Jharkhand? Number 1. And number 2, isn't this something that you knew it when you went on with this kind of promises election after election, including the 1 lakh rupee promise that was made by Rahul Gandhi in the Lok Sabha elections?
Navika, good evening. this is an important discussion because we often give it only lip service when the Prime Minister talks of revelry, when his own party distributes gulab jamuns and jalebis. So let's put the conversation in a very impartial way in perspective. Number one, in Karnataka, the Congress party inherited a literally hugely indebted state government from the BJP. As you rightly mentioned in the data, the debt was over 5.5 lakh crores. And let me give you one data point, Navika, is very interesting. All the guarantees of the Congress party put together in Karnataka is around 52,000 crores, which is less than the one scheme in Maharashtra, which is for the women called, the Ladli Behan scheme in Maharashtra, which is 56,000 crores announced by the BJP Mahayuti government. Point number one. Even in Himachal Pradesh, the debt was 92,000 crores and already Himachal Pradesh was bleeding when the Congress party inherited it. Point number three, look at Maharashtra. I think that's the topical, I would say, issue of interest. The schemes that have been announced in the course of the last 6 months are 96,000 crores by the Shinde government. The fiscal deficit in Maharashtra is over 2 lakh crores. And guess what the debt of Maharashtra is? 8 lakh crores and counting. So you're talking about a BJP, which when it does its own revelry, gulab jamun, jalebi, rasmalai, whatever you call it, they consider it fiscal prudence. When the opposition in its campaign makes promises for the poor and the underprivileged, it has to make certain allocations. And the truth is the reason why the opposition has to make guarantees is because development, whether social or economic, under the BJP has been abysmal. Whether it is jobs, whether it is women's upliftment, whether it is small businesses or agriculture or women empowerment. So you can't blame the opposition today to try and seize the initiative by making promises. But remember that their promises are a lot more prudent, a lot more fiscally wise than the BJP's profligate, spendthrift, an extravagant way of running a government. And it's going to hurt them in Maharashtra, Navika, I'm telling you that.
Well,
Maharashtra,
if it didn't hurt you in Telangana and Karnataka and Himachal, why should it hurt them in Maharashtra? Because frankly, I'm not saying that if the BJP is doing the Ladli Behna scheme, it doesn't fall in the categories of freebies. But the fact is, it is competitive politics that's going on here. And Gaurav Bhatia, Sanjay has said nothing on the economic burden of the freebie schemes that have been offered in recent times in Karnataka, Telangana, Himachal, and even during the Lok Sabha elections. But what he's raised is the issue of politics, because you're doing the same freebie culture in Maharashtra. Please respond to his charge.
Navika, a very happy Deepavali to all the viewers, to all the panelists and you. And I must start by saying that whatever Mallikarjun Kharge ji has said today has many facets to the statement. First of all, it's a lesson for Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra कि जबान कम चलाओ, दिमाग ज्यादा चलाओ. क्योंकि जब जबान चला के ये लोग चले आते हैं, the local leaders have to face the wrath of the voters when the promises are not fulfilled. And thus, Kharge ji was showing mirror to Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. You remember the Khata-Khat, Khata-Khat, Khata-Khat? So Kharge ji now is saying, itna Khata-Khat, Khata-Khat mat karo, that the state exchequer has to suffer and the people of that particular state have to suffer. Second, is it a revenge served cold for the insult that was meted out to Mallikarjun Kharge ji during the filing of the nomination of Priyanka Gandhi Vadra? I don't know. Maybe the Congress sympathizer can answer. But most importantly, why has Kharge ji said this? Do you know in Karnataka, after the promises were, the Chief Minister Siddaramaiah himself said, where will I get the money for the guarantees made by Rahul Gandhi during election campaign? And out of the 59 promises that they made in Karnataka. Let's talk about Karnataka first. Only 2 were fulfilled. Only 2 in 1 year, 3 months time. And 42 promises were not even touched. This is Karnataka. For Telangana, I must tell you, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, Rahul Gandhi made these stalled promises. People of Telangana are asking, what about the promise of filling of 2 lakh jobs in a year? Nothing happened. Monthly allowance of 4,000 for unemployed youth. Nothing happened. To provide electric scooters to every female student above the age of 18. Nothing happened. And there are many more. Now coming to Himachal Pradesh. Himachal Pradesh is a case which shows the mirror to the Congress again. Do you know they did not even have the money, the state exchequer, to pay to the government employees? Is it not a serious cause of concern for everyone? And yes, they raise fingers at the BJP. In the next segment, I will answer also that. But I can underscore a point. When Kharge ji said these words, they were Congress loyalists clapping. You can, show the clip again. What does that mean? Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra are not in sync with the Congress leadership in the state and also with Kharge ji. Because people know that एक ही guarantee है Congress की, guarantee है corruption की, वादा खिलाफी की.
Well, I'm not surprised. Neither did Sanjay Jha answer the question on the economic burden of freebies, nor have you, Gaurav Bhatia, because Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Ladli Behna scheme made you win elections in Madhya Pradesh. You're using the same formula in Maharashtra, but not one word of whether that gets counted as a freebie or not.
Navika, can I just respond in 10 seconds?
Yes, sir.
The topic of today's debate is about Kharge ji's statement. There was a lot of fact that I wanted to share with the viewers, and I also made the promise that I will answer in the second segment about the BJP and the promises we keep, and we also manage fiscal prudence. I will answer that, I promise you.
Well, then Anand Ranganathan. Anand Ranganathan, I just want to tell you what are the details of the expenditure in Karnataka. Because we're talking Karnataka, let me just focus on Karnataka for a minute. Let me tell you that salaries and pensions and interest payments cost about 1.5 lakh crores out of the 3.5 lakh crores that is the budget of the state. Total expenditure in the budget 3.4 odd crores. 1.52 goes towards these fixed interest payments on the debt, salaries and pensions. Just these 3 items. Add to this another 15% of the guarantee bill that is there, another 52,000 crores, and that's about 2 lakh crores out of 3.4 lakh crores that goes in just this. 60% of the state's expenditure is just on servicing their loans or paying salaries or fulfilling these guarantees. What's left for development? And what happens to the people? Are they going to then be stuffed with high taxes? So every time there is some shortage of money, milk prices will go up, petrol diesel prices will go up, liquor prices will go up, electric vehicle prices will go up. What's going on?
I'll tell you what's going on, Navika. Everyone wants to win the election, but before that, very good evening to you and my fellow panelists, and wishing everyone a very happy Diwali. And a very pleasant surprise that you've just disclosed you were batchmate of Dr. Sanjay Jha, so I know where...
we come from the same college.
Oh, okay, right. Yes, I thought he was your senior. He looks your... No.
If you're wanting to do any age shaming, I'm not giving you any room, Anand Ranganathan. I'm not disclosing whether I was the senior or he was the senior, but let's get back to the economic burden, because Sanjay Jha's learning of economics doesn't really augur very well in this debate from the first statement that he's made. So let's hear some economics from you.
Yes. No, Navika, look, I'll come to what Mr. Kharge said. And I'll come to what the Congress model for fiscal prudence is. But let me tell you, this is a river of hypocrisy, and every politician is dipping in it. कई लोग हैं जो सिर्फ डिप करके उठ जाते हैं, कई लोग हैं जो अपनी लंगोट भी धो रहे हैं. यही डिफरेंस है. सब लोग नहा रहे हैं इसमें नाविका, सब लोग अपने कपड़े धो रहे हैं. द एवरी स्कीम दैट द बीजेपी एक्यूजेस द कांग्रेस ऑफ इंडल्जिंग इन फ्रीबीज, इट इज इंडल्जिंग इन द वेरी सेम फ्रीबी, इफ यू कॉल दैट अ फ्रीबी. अगर आप बस राइड्स की बात करें तो आंध्र प्रदेश में जहां पे बीजेपी के अलायंस है, बस राइड्स आर बीइंग प्रॉमिस्ड टू women. अगर आप हरियाणा की बात करें, बीजेपी हैड दैट एज अ पोल प्लैंक. हरियाणा में फ्री बस राइड्स टू women. एवरी सिचुएशन, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी ले लीजिए, पानी ले लीजिए, खटाखट स्कीम ले लीजिए, हर स्कीम में बीजेपी, कांग्रेस और एवरी अदर पार्टी इज ऑन एग्जैक्टली द सेम प्लेटफॉर्म. नाउ व्हाट्स द डिफरेंस? बिकॉज दैट इज द डिबेट. इफ यू लुक एट द स्टेट, the states, BJP ruled or Congress ruled states have a cumulative debt of 75 lakh crores. Navika, we are not America that has a 36 trillion debt right now that can print money and escape. हम तो मारे जाएंगे. But if you look at the central government debt to GDP ratio, it is the lowest in 5 years. So BJP at the center is doing something right, but it's left the state to itself. It's like a wild, wild west as far as the state is concerned, but very good, fiscal prudence as far as the center is concerned. ये क्यों हो रहा है? अब आए हम नप्पे. Navika, give me a minute, I'll tell you. This country has to decide what is a freebie and what is not. Otherwise, we are staring down the bottom of a barrel, and I'll tell you why. अगर आप हिमाचल प्रदेश को लीजिए, दो इकोनॉमिस्ट मनमोहन सिंह और मॉन्टेग सिंह जी ने कहा कि वी कैनॉट गो ऑन लाइक दिस, वी हैव टू जंप द पेंशन स्कीम नाउ कॉल्ड द ओल्ड पेंशन स्कीम. दे ब्रॉट इन द न्यू पेंशन स्कीम. अनदर फेमस इकोनॉमिस्ट मच बेटर देन देम, राहुल गांधी सेड, अगर आप हमें वोट करेंगे तो वी विल जंप द कांग्रेस ओन पेंशन स्कीम एंड ब्रिंग समथिंग दैट इज अ न्यू पेंशन स्कीम. एज ए रिजल्ट, एंड यू नो दिस, टॉयलेट टैक्स तो दूर की बात है, एमएलए की सैलरी 2-2 महीने की हटा रहे हैं वहां पे चीफ मिनिस्टर, एंड 70% ऑफ हिमाचल टैक्स रेवेन्यू इज गोइंग इन प्रॉपिंग अप द न्यू पेंशन स्कीम. अगर खड़गे जी को इतनी चिंता है रेवड़ी ना देने की, मैं उनसे कहता हूं उन्होंने एमएसपी की गारंटी क्यों दी? दैट इज गोइंग टू कॉस्ट एक्सचेकर 16 lakh crores per year. Every scheme that Congress has promised is going to bankrupt every state that it rules or every state that it promises to rule. The question is, are the citizens aware of it? And I'm afraid they are not. क्योंकि आप महाराष्ट्र की बात कीजिए नाविका, 8 lakh crore डेट है, 53,000 crores का स्कीम लाए हैं, 1,500 rupees per month every eligible Maharashtrian woman will get. यहाँ पे मिस्टर शिंदे has promised to double it. It will cost the exchequer 56,000 crores more every year, totaling 1 lakh crore. महाराष्ट्र की डेट हो जाएगी 9 lakh crore. कौन देगा नाविका? हम लोग देंगे, आप देंगे, डॉक्टर संजय देंगे. So unless we citizens get wary of this, we understand what is freebie, what isn't, I am afraid this country is not going to be developed by 2047.
Absolutely, and here comes the problem. And Advocate Anmol Pawar, my question to you is, somebody is going to foot the bill of all of this because there is no free lunch. Everybody has got to pay for what is being distributed around. Either it will come out of the state exchequer's funds that it has. If it doesn't have the funds, it will increase taxes and take taxes from people to fill the exchequer first and then distribute it. My question to you is, I mean, your government in Delhi has done all of this: free electricity, free water, free bus ride. I don't have a problem if there is money in the bank, please go spend it, give it to the poor. It makes great sense and socially equitable. But sooner or later that money is going to run out. Can politicians and can political parties move beyond just the short-term electoral victory issue and look at this issue in long term? What are we doing to the credit rating of India? What are we doing to the credit rating of states? Are we looking at investments coming in? Are we looking at whether people should come and invest? Because if you look at the FDI of Karnataka alone, it's been going down. So, Mr. Pawar, this is a serious problem, and I'm not going to get into this party versus that party. Can there be a consensus amongst political parties in India?
Navika ji, you raised a very pertinent question, and it's not about this party or that party. It's about the understanding of this concept. Freebies has been a contentious topic in the Indian history, and it is often viewed through the lens of populism. Now, what exactly is a freebie? अगर कोई ये कहता है कि भाई ये फ्री की रेवड़ियां हैं So I would say that he's undermining the spirit of Constitution and he's demonstrating a profound misunderstanding of the principles. Because the fact is that every state government has an obligation to provide basic amenities to the people of the country. And this obligation stems from Article 21 of the Constitution of India, which is right to life and dignity. सबको अधिकार है एक बेहतर जिंदगी व्यतीत करने का और सभी सरकारों की जिम्मेदारी बनती है. And now the question is that why is it that many of the state governments, and most of them are BJP ruled, they are reeling under severe debt, whether it's Madhya Pradesh, more than 4 lakh crores debt, whether it's Uttar Pradesh, around 8 lakh crores debt, whether it's Maharashtra, as Mr. Jha said, around 8 lakh crores. In Gujarat, it is more than 4.5 lakh crores. In Haryana, it is more than 3.5 lakh crores. Why is it happening? Because they don't know how to execute these policies. But in Delhi, we have a proven model of governance wherein in last 10 years, the budget has increased from 36,000 crores to 76,000 crores with no tax increases, no loans. The only fact which we must consider is that the government has genuine intent and commitment, well-structured policy which has been implemented judicially over the period of time. That is why Delhi की सरकार अरविंद केजरीवाल जी के नेतृत्व में लोगों को वो सुविधाएं मुहैया करवा पा रही है. They must learn from the Arvind Kejriwal model.
अगर आप बात करें तो पवार साहब, okay, let me take this on. Anand wants to come in, but before that, Anand, just a 10-second interjection. All women who are allowed to travel free on buses, not all of them need it. So if you're saying basic needs, please describe basic for whom. You know, somebody who is below a certain income level may need that. Somebody above a certain income level may not need that. Having said that, you're talking about amenities. आप आइए ना हमारी कॉलोनी में, देखिए ना कचरा उठाने के लिए कोई नहीं है. You know, in Diwali we were cleaning every place across our homes, but our colonies had garbage dumps that were overflowing. So, you know, amenities to some delivery of governance, that's what the fight is going to be about. Anand Ranganathan?
पहली बात तो नाविका जी, आप लटियंस दिल्ली में रहती है, वहाँ की
नहीं, मैं लटियंस में नहीं रहती हूँ.
आप
बिल्कुल नहीं रहती हूँ.
ऐसा कुछ है, हम सफाई करा देंगे. नाविका जी आप बता दीजिएगा.
नहीं, आप मेरे लिए करा देंगे क्योंकि मैं आपको डिबेट पे कह रही हूँ. बाकियों की आवाज कौन सुनेगा, ये भी तो एक सवाल है.
नाविका, Mr. Pawar, I didn't interrupt you. Mr. Pawar, I didn't interrupt you. Thank you. We are all having a wonderful discussion. नाविका, देखिए, Mr. Pawar ने बहुत अच्छी बातें कही, हर पार्टी पे लागू होनी चाहिए, लेकिन because he is a politician, belongs to a political way, I want to ask him directly. 4,327% इंक्रीज हुआ है. अब आप पूछे किसमें? एड बजट में आम आदमी पार्टी की पिछले 10 साल में, पिछले 3 साल में सुप्रीम कोर्ट को इन्होंने डिस्क्लोज किया, हमने 1100 करोड़ करे हैं एड देने में. मैं इनसे पूछना चाहता हूं, क्या ये रेवड़ी नहीं है? अपने आप को ग्लोरीफाई कर रहे हैं, फुल पेज एड केजरीवाल के देते हैं, हर जगह देते हैं. दिस इज आवर मनी. You are using our money for your benefit, and that is freebie. So I'm not talking about free electricity, free bus rides. Here, you are using 1,100 crores in the last 3 years for our...
Counter, Anmol Pawar, before I get in Vivek Silas. Counter.
Mr. Anand, 99% of the budget is used for the welfare of the people, and that is why people are availing the facilities, and they are again voting for Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi, whether it's 2015 or 2020. And in fact, Mr. Ranganathan, because you're a learned analyst, you might be aware of the fact that this concept of free revenues has made its inroad even to the US politics, where the former US President Donald Trump, he also announced that if he is voted back to power, then he'll ensure that electricity rates are cut down by half. So even the global leaders are learning from this governance model, and I would really appreciate if Mr. Bhatia agrees and learn from Arvind Kejriwal model of governance, so that the state governments, the BJP-led state governments, which are reeling under severe debt. In fact, even the central government,
Gaurav Bhatia, the ball is in your court. The ball is in your court. Sanjay Jha coming to you.
2014, the country had a debt of around 64 lakh crores. Now the debt has
Can I
That is around
respond?
more than 205 lakh crores.
Okay.
Navika, please ask him to be quiet.
Okay.
I wish
Okay.
to
Gaurav Bhatia, respond.
So the AAP spokesperson just made a comment that we should learn from them. तो मैं तो ये कहूंगा जनता की तरह सीखे तो क्या सीखे ये तो बता दो. Because as rightly raised, I have the numbers with me regarding fiscal prudence, and it is a response to the Congress sympathizer Mr. Sanjay Jha as well as the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson. In the BJP ruled state, debt to GSDP ratio, Odisha 13%, Gujarat 15.3%, the fastest growing GSDP in 3 out of 4 states is BJP ruled states in Gujarat, Haryana and Madhya Pradesh. Maharashtra 18.2%. Now come to the Aam Aadmi Party ruled Punjab. Do you know the debt to GSDP ratio? It is 53%. 53%. Congress. Himachal Pradesh 39%. Jharkhand 27%. And Telangana 23.8%. So this is for the numbers. Second, वादा तोड़ने में नाविका जी किसी ने रिकॉर्ड बनाया है, then it is अरविंद केजरीवाल. मैं कसम खाता हूं बच्चों की कांग्रेस से सपोर्ट नहीं लूंगा, ले लिया. मैं कसम खाता हूं अपनी बीवी की मैं पॉलिटिक्स में नहीं आऊंगा, आ गए. मैं कसम खाता हूं बंगला नहीं लूंगा, शीश महल बनाया, बताते हैं 2 करोड़ के पर्दे हैं और टॉयलेट की सीट भी 20-20 लाख की है, गरम ठंडा कर देती हैं. इनसे हम लोग सीखेंगे. तीसरी बात आप याद करिए, he has been chief minister 3 times. Every time he comes, मैं कसम खाता हूं गंगा साफ, यमुना साफ कर दूंगा, हवा साफ हो जाएगी. Parali burning, he used to blame the Congress government in Punjab. Now he says it is Haryana. But मैं कुछ नहीं करूंगा. अरे यमुना साफ करी क्या? 800 crores given by the central government to clean. But Nithalle, Nikamme Arvind Kejriwal has done nothing. So much so for the promises of Arvind Kejriwal, and I will place the report card of the central government in the next segment to show what is the difference and what is the fiscal prudence of the BJP government.
And Gaurav Bhatia is not a sympathizer. He's been a Congress spokesperson for the longest time, and Pawan Khera took him back into the party fold on my show.
So I was being kind to him.
Okay, Sanjay Jha, respond.
Acha, they did.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Navika, a short response to Mr. Bhatia.
He's my friend. Yes.
Yeah, Gaurav, let me carry on. Since you mentioned some details, let me give you some facts.
Go ahead.
And I don't have to wait for an IT cell to give me any data. As far as Karnataka is concerned, one of the reasons why Karnataka's debt was bloating is because your government was called a 40% Sarkara, Commission Sarkara, a corrupt government. And that is one of the reasons why the debt of the state was exploding through the moon. And here is the point, that under your government in Karnataka, and Navika, this is a very pertinent data, the per voter debt was over 1 lakh per person. Can you imagine the kind of debt Karnataka was when the Congress inherited it? And I'll give you some facts, Gaurav, that you should really think about and introspect when you're not dishing out some kind of a handout. That development expenditure as a proponent of your state GDP was down by 7.4%, capital expenditure was down by 1.4%, and social sector expenditure was down by 4.5%. So the common man was actually being disadvantaged when you were in government, which is why the Congress guarantees work in the Karnataka election. One last point. In Maharashtra, 60% of the state's finances are being spent on salaries. So please do not give a lecture on fiscal discipline to the opposition. Fix your house first.
No, okay, but who's going to be first? Gaurav Bhatia, is that what this debate is about? And Vivek Silas hasn't even spoken. Okay, counter. Gaurav.
Yes. So Sanjay bhai, पहले तो आप हमसे मत लड़िए. You have to fight खड़गे जी. खड़गे जी has exposed Rahul Gandhi, not us. तो मुझसे तो मत लड़िए, मेरे तो आप दोस्त हैं, आज दिवाली है. दूसरी बात, I want to tell you, कर्नाटका का, हिमाचल का, you are saying that एक मिनट, संजय भाई बीच में मैं नहीं बोला था, मैं तो आपसे प्यार से बता रहा हूं कि I know you have a, liking for Rahul Gandhi and not Khadge ji. I can't do anything. It's an internal battle. I don't want to, fish in troubled waters. But my point is simple. If you are saying Karnataka, Himachal had an issue of fiscal prudence because of the BJP government, then are you trying to tell me Rahul Gandhi is so illiterate that he doesn't even study the fiscal state of the state where elections are happening before making these promises? All the more reason for you to make responsible promises, but you have to break them. And last but not the least, Karnataka mein you made promises for the farmers. Do you know 1,200 farmers committed suicide? Rahul Gandhi has not even visited Karnataka to meet the family members of those farmers. Tell your friend Rahul Gandhi, I have requested through you, Khalge ji ke saath wahan jaएं. Thank you.
Well, Vivek Silas, the pertinent point that Gaurav Bhatia picked up was the fact that this expose has not been done by the BJP of the Congress. It has been done by Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge of the schemes that the Congress party has been floating in recent past. And he said that bhai पूरे नहीं करोगे तो बनवास में चले जाएंगे हम. दर्द खड़गे जी का उभर कर बाहर आ रहा है और आप दोष दे रहे हैं सारी दुनिया को. Can political parties, and I bring that question back onto the table, can political parties have a consensus of responsible electioneering, responsible promise making, so that we don't just live hand to mouth and we look at a vision for the state and for the country?
Of course, I definitely agree with Dr. Anand Raghunathan what he has just now said. Whether it is Karnataka or Maharashtra, both states are in India. We talk about 5.5 lakh crores debts on Karnataka, which is very sad. But we should also talk about 8.5 lakh crores debts on Maharashtra at the moment. And the schemes that are going on will add another 90,000 crores on the head of Maharashtra government. So Anand Raghunathan very rightly talked about hypocrisy and fake promises. I mean, when did the fake promises start? They all started in 2014 when we heard about 2 crore jobs every year, when we heard about 15 lakhs in every account, when we heard about Dawood Ibrahim was coming back. And the fact of the matter is now what the Bharatiya Janata Party said, that Nawab Malik was a man of Dawood Ibrahim and they are giving the ticket to the same Nawab Malik. They talked about black money was supposed to come back, dollar, petrol, LPG. Today LPG has gone up right now, about 2-3 hours back. Bharatiya Janata Party also talked about and promised the people about 100 smart cities. They talked about corruption and inflation. So these promises, I'm talking about the fake promises and comparing it to the Freebies.
My point is, across the board, promises are made. Yes, there are weaker sections of the society that must get their basic needs answered. Nobody is questioning that. But what about the taxpayers? Don't we want some services too? We pay our taxes, we are honest salary earners, we also want governance in return, and is that being compromised, especially when this freebie model comes out where 60 to 70% of the state's budget only goes into salaries, pensions, debt servicing and fulfillment of promises? What remains for development? What remains for other issues is the question people of India are asking tonight. It's an issue which Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge has raised. It's an issue on which political parties should get together instead of just focusing on scoring political brownie points. We leave it at that. Thank you very much to all my panelists for joining me on debate number 1.